And how big was that win for you, Chris?
It was a win. It was a win. First half, pretty happy, pretty tidy in terms of plan. Goal line D, couple of errors, but you know you're not going to be faultless. Second half, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I do it sometimes.
Spuggy, what was you talking to him? Was you saying be patient, low risk? Because in the first half it looked like it was patient. There wasn't much expansion. But then when you got in front, it looked like you started shifting the ball. Was that the call, or is that what you're filthy with?
Kev, it's about earning the right of this sport by doing the tough stuff, by carrying hard at some right targets, in the right areas of the field, and we did that in the first half. And it's funny, you know, when you see a game plan followed through with in the first half, and you see your side get rewarded, and you think, you know, you can coach, you can analyse, you can review and preview the opposition. But then when in the second half, when you're frivolous with the ball, you make 4 play 1 errors in yardage, and you gift territory to a side that, regardless of what side it is in the championship, they're going to score points and they're going to create opportunities. You know, and that's probably the most frustrating thing.
Was there a bit of worry when they started coming back?
Yeah, Kev, it's our first win, so I'd be lying if I said there wasn't. I do know we're a good side, but that's off the back of doing the fundamentals right. In the second half, we didn't do it off the back of the fundamentals.
And you mentioned actually, Kev, during the game, didn't you, about the mentality that actually for the team, they're ahead of the game, and actually what a weird mentality that might have been for them. You know, was there an element of that?
I looked at the emotion before. There was a lot of anxiety. You could sense it in the ground, and that sometimes makes things a little bit more difficult when you know you're doing the right thing, but then there's that anxious catch, and there's that trepidation when you get up to play the ball. Are you going to fumble it or not? So, look, I suppose right now I should be looking at the bigger picture. We've won a game, a deserved win, and in front of our home crowd. So, look, I'm grateful for that, but you could probably sense my frustration.
Can I ask you, when you went 24-6 in front and then you don't see the ball for 6 minutes, are they the errors you're talking about? Play 1 error, and then you get a short kick-off against you and the score off the back of that. That 6 minute period where a couple of your players ill-disciplined, gave away penalties. Was there any thought of you dragging a couple off and sending a message out to the rest of the players?
I did a little bit, Cookie. I did. I just look, for me, and actually all 3 of us being former halfbacks, that's down to our halves. Yeah. That's down to your generals. That's down to your captain. That's down to your spine. That's down to your leaders to lead. And I just thought we were found wanting in a period where we probably needed it most. The good thing is we got through it, and the good thing is that this group will learn from it. And you know, like I say, I've got to be positive about it, but because of our mismanagement of probably a 10, 15, 20-minute period, the scoreline probably didn't reflect how the game was.
Well, it's funny because I've heard you post-match in a few interviews where you've probably been more positive on the wrong end of the scoreline, and that's where that frustration comes in. But your team and you personally, been a long time between drinks for you and the rest of the players. You should be commended and congratulated for what was a fantastic first win of the season.
Oh, massively. Oh, and a win's a win, Chris. You know, you're off the board now. You've got 2 points and you're in the mix. Yeah. Before this game, there must have been a bit of a worry about relegation, whether you had admitted it or not. But now, you know, you can push on and see what happens from here. Yeah,
like I said, we don't look at the bigger picture. I'm not one for looking at the league table. You know, sometimes I have to, but you've just got to trust what you do on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, and then the stuff that you do weekly manifests itself on game day. And today, for 60% of it, we did that, and fortunately it was good enough.
Oh, we're really happy for you, so well done today.
Thank you.
And you go to Batley on Sunday, so it's quick turnaround. How do you back that up?
Look, we probably manage their energy levels. They do the right thing in recovery in the next sort of 48 hours, and then actually I've got about 5 or 6 players that are chomping at the bit for a game, so we'll assess probably Saturday morning. We'll see how some bodies have shape up, and if we need to bring some people in to freshen up the squad, then we'll do that.
Well, good luck in that game, and thanks so much for your time. Well done on the win today. You go off and celebrate.